In today's episode of our Inspiring Women series, I'm talking to Abi Shokeye. Abi is the founder of Rich Skxn, an online skincare platform for melanin-rich skin, whose goal it is to be the go-to platform for skincare routines, products, recommendations, and skincare tips for melanin-rich skin all around the world. Thanks so much for taking the time today to talk to me, Abi. I really
Thanks
appreciate
for
it.
having me.
You're very welcome. So, you have been called a game changer in the beauty space. Could
Yeah,
you tell me a little bit about this and a little bit more about Rich Skin?
sure. I think, the reason why I've been called a game changer is because there isn't a lot of like platforms that's dedicated to people with melanin-rich skin out there.
Mm.
And when it comes to skincare, there's just a lot of like information out there, so it can be quite overwhelming. And there are a particular group of people with melanin-rich skin that go through different skin concerns that's very particular or prominent in the community.
Mhm.
So things like hyperpigmentation, eczema, that's how that's treated and how that's seen on brown and black skin is different. And then in terms of like just cultural differences, it's like what you've been taught when you were younger is what you can or what you can't use on brown and black skin. There's a lot of like misinformation around that. So my platform basically helps people to understand what you can and what you can't use on your skin, and basically demystify a lot of myths around what's safe for our skin. And so by doing that, people have said, what, this is something that I've not seen out there. You're really helping our community by like putting this content together, by curating a bunch of products that actually work for our skin, so it makes it easier for us to find products, and by giving good like recommendations as well. So um whilst it's like a niche like area, it's definitely well needed.
Yeah, yeah. And when did you start?
So I started this in 2019. So it first was just like, a platform where I educated people about, skincare products that were out there, and gave like skincare tips, on how best to look after your skin. And then a lot of people wanted to buy the products. And when I created the retail side of Rich Skxn, where people can actually find curated products that have been well tested, that have amazing reviews by many people with melanin-rich skin. And I just made it easy for people to purchase products through the platform as well. So it started in 2019 in terms of like the educational side of things, but then in 2020 it was more a retail side. Yeah.
Sounds good. So it's still fairly new, but it's going really, really strong. Um, I,
I think for me, I think when I started it, I wanted it to be a place where people can just identify and see themselves in the community, and see themselves in the different like images of like brown and black skin, and what you know that looks like, because a lot of like the images then when I first started, there just wasn't a lot of representation. So it's great to see now that there are, it's starting to become more inclusion when it comes to beauty. So it's going strong. It's still a well needed like platform for many people. So that's a good thing. Yeah.
Excellent. Great. Okay. Moving on to the next topic of our chat. At Cyssan, we believe that it's really important to be yourself and to live your life in your own unique way. We often say, be unconventional, embrace your uniqueness. It's your superpower. What does being unconventional mean to you?
Being unconventional for me means just being authentic to who you are.
Mhm.
I think like not following the crowd, just knowing that whatever path that you choose is something that's going to be quite fulfilling and is ultimately going to make you happy, and you're going to be fine just like sticking to it regardless of what anyone says. So I think that authenticity is like really important, and I think it might not look okay to someone else, but as long as you're fine with it, that's what matters.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, just standing in your truth, really.
Yeah, totally agree. Yeah. And how important do you think it is for an entrepreneur to be unconventional?
I think it's quite important. Like I said, going back to the authenticity side, it's like if you have your own story, or if you have a message that you want to share and you're very strong on that, you're going to find that there's other communities out there or other people that may agree with your message. And then you're creating that, community where people can follow you and you can be a leader in that area. So I think as long as you're being authentic in your message, I think as a business, I think that's really important, and that can make you unconventional to others. And it can also be a good USP, to be honest. Like, it's a unique selling point if you have something that you stand for that's not seen as conventional to others, but you can create your community around that. And I think having niches nowadays is really strong and really important in business, because there's just so many people out there doing the same thing. So it's always, nice to be able to break away from that and create your own niche and create your own community, because you're going to create more loyal people who believe in your message. As long as you're authentic and you're staying true to that, then that really matters.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And we designed our Cyssan watches to be worn in a more unconventional way, as you know,
Yeah.
upside down with the watch face on the
Yeah.
inside of your wrist. Have you ever worn a watch this way before?
No. So this is when I was told about this, I was like, this is interesting. So when I wore it, it did feel, comfortable wearing it this way. So I was thinking, okay, this has been designed really well. And what I liked about it is the fact that I can just flick my wrist and just look at the time. I don't know what it is about just flicking my wrist, but it just makes me feel like, okay, what's the time? Like, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but the flicking of the wrist just makes it more interesting for me to wear. So I like that aspect of it, and I like it because I become more intentional with the time. Is I'm like, okay, let me look at the time this way. But it's nice. It's nice. It is a nice way to wear the watch.
Right. Oh, I like that. It makes you like to flick your wrist.
Yeah, I don't know
I haven't heard that before. It's good though, because some people say it's more comfortable because it's easier to move your wrist that way.
Yeah.
Others think it's a more subtle way.
Yeah.
In the past, they used to think it was a more feminine way to do it that way rather than that way.
That is true, actually. Yeah, maybe that's probably why I like the flicking, because I think when I think about watches, I do think of men going, what's the time? This way, I don't know what it is about the flicking for me that makes it feel nicer. And also, I've got my nails done, so it's just makes it feel nicer. Like, I can look up my nails and my inner like wrist. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm so glad, and it looks really good on you.
Thank you.
I've got the new color on today. So same
really
color
nice
as you with the green dial.
Yeah.
Go well with your outfit today.
I know, it's nice. Yeah, I really like the colors because I feel like it goes with a lot of like the things that I wear. So when I was choosing this outfit, I didn't have any problems. I was thinking anything that I wear, most things that I wear, this will go with it. So I quite like the colors that you have, the selection of colors that you have, because they really, suit well with most things. So that's good.
Yeah, great. Well, thank you so much for talking to me today. I really appreciate it, and all the best with your business. And
thank you.
We get to chat again soon.
Great stuff. Thank you so much for having me, Joanna.